Awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting us for this first round. So I'm Lavelle Kosh, and that's my newly wedded wife, Rachel Kosh. We just got married 4 months ago, so I still have that new car smell going on. We are the owners of 3&D Sports Performance, where we are here in Delaware to help over 10,000 female athletes gain strength and, more importantly, confidence through our unique strength and conditioning training. I'm a Delawarean through and through. I went to high school at Christiana. I also was the captain of the state championship team. I was fortunate to go to college in Maryland, and I got my exercise science master's as a strength and conditioning coach. I was an international strength and conditioning coach in Europe, several countries over there, and the good old Delaware gravity. It always pulled you back in. You come to Delaware not knowing how long you're going to be here, and so happens that I was abroad, and so some way somehow we're back over here, and we're loving what we're doing and able to help the Delaware community. And Rachel?
That's right. Yeah, my background is a lifelong athlete. I was a professional basketball player in Europe for several seasons, and I actually started strength training back in middle school as an eighth grader. So I see myself in a lot of the girls that we work with, and I know for me, just getting in that weight room, learning how to build habits and a strong foundation is really the reason why I'm able to show up as a strong business leader today. So that's really the root of the purpose behind our company's mission, and we'll get into a little bit more of that today.
So the biggest problem, and Rachel's going to go into this, is the need for female athletes and what we present. And Rachel, you can take it from there.
Yeah, so a little bit of background and stats of why this is an epidemic that we're facing, particularly with girls' sports here in Delaware. So, female athletes, unfortunately, based on our body mechanics, we're 7 times more likely to tear our ACLs compared to our male counterparts. So, we're aware of this problem and we're taking action to fix it. Looking at the broader holistic perspective, girls in general are 45% more likely to drop out of sports by age 14. So we're really trying to get ahead of this, prevent it. Things like injuries can take you out of the game. An ACL injury, for example, can sideline you for over a year with that recovery process. So that's what we're trying to avoid. Why does this matter? So back to that leadership component is what we're trying to push with these girls. The data and research shows that women in leadership positions, almost 94% in this particular stat, have a background of playing sports at some point early on. So we're thinking bigger picture of after their sports careers are over, how can we impact them to become the leaders of the next generation within Delaware?
Yeah. And we're doing this by several programs. One that sticks out is our vertical jump program. So we have a 8-week vertical jump program. We're one of the only facilities in the state that offers this program. We have the girls come in and we test their baseline. And we, as Rachel mentioned before, we have our exercise science masters as well as certifications. So we're able to give the students unique experience that they really can't get anywhere else in the state. And more importantly, we're able to get them to be strong and believe in themselves, along with the physical attributes of the program. We're teaching them how to have better flexibility, balance. We have tangible metrics that we do to gauge that strength as they're coming in. And we have kids that walk in the door and can't chew bubblegum and walk down a straight line. But after working with them and seeing the confidence, we're not trying to get them to go to the WNBA. We want them to speak up in class, have the courage to tell their friends no, and some guidelines when it comes to eating and understanding what it takes to be a healthy, well-rounded person. And then, of course, on the basketball side of things and the sports in general, the results speak for themselves. We have a little fun phrase of ice cream and broccoli. I know you guys have your screens off, but show of hands. If I give you option ice cream or broccoli, we probably would pick ice cream. I mean, I would. So we want to treat the kids, like people. We want to give them options. So hey, you want ice cream? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. You got to eat your broccoli first. So we do a lot of single leg barefoot, shoeless workouts. It helps the intrinsic fiber of their foots. And then from there, we give them the ice cream where we throw in some of the vertical jump, some of the speed, agility. So trying to have a well-balanced, holistic approach with all of our athletes, particularly our females.
Yep. So speaking to our results, and we've had really great buy-in with this program in particular because of the popularity of kids wanting to jump higher in their sport. But we have the data to back it up that what we're doing in our unique programming is actually working. So we're doing that pre and post testing. We've seen great results with the vertical jump itself. So increasing by 2.5 inches in 6 weeks is really, really impressive. Um, as well as their main lifts. So for example, the bench press going up by over 20 pounds per kid on average is huge as well, just that upper body strength, as well as our vegetables, which is our ankle mobility. So it might not be as exciting to the kids to say, like, hey, your ankle stretches a little bit better, but that's our direct correlation to preventing those knee injuries, to preventing those ankle sprains. So we have to have it in there and we have to track it because that's our job as coaches to make sure we're getting those results. The number one stat, though, that stands out that we're the most proud of is the fact that we've had zero ACL injuries training over 600 athletes. So our record really speaks for itself. We are the ACL knee injury prevention specialists, and we want to scale and continue to do what we do at an even broader scale and to touch more girls.
There's an old saying, never go up a ladder with just one screw. So our job is to help the athletes avoid the worst thing. Think about this. I want you guys to take a step back and put yourself in the gym of a game, basketball, soccer, volleyball, what have you. And the crowd's going crazy, and you walk in and you smell that popcorn and you're getting excited. You see your kid who's been working hard, they're finally here, and then the injury. It happens. They fall, they trip, they cut, they on the ground. You run to the field and you're crying and you don't know what to expect. And they're grabbing their knee and everything kind of slows down. And the kid, your daughter, your son looks at you, your parent who has all the answers. What do I do? What happens? And then the worst thing you can do is say, damn, I wish I took him to 3&D. So that's what we want to avoid. That terrible instance where injuries can happen, but we want to delay that process as much as possible. And most importantly, we want to do it for your female athlete.
I love the